So now we talked a little bit about DUI laws and that kind of thing, but they did test him on this driving case, and there was nothing in his system. So he's just an asshole.
Yeah, look at this. You be on them, you little Muppets.
Also in the building, the biggest superstar in MMA history, Conor McGregor, and his Roadhouse co-star.
All right, here we go. Coach Mac Daddy in the place. Let me just put this down. Let me show you what's what, right? Coach Mac Daddy in the place. Show you what's popping. Okay, Henry, this one's for you, my man, right?
But here's the deal. This is why this is kind of a big deal. McGregor's got 20 prior convictions, 17 for traffic offenses, 2 for public order, basically disorderly charges, and 1 for assault. We see this all the time, where you have people who are repeat offenders, whether it's a DUI or just driving conduct. And guess what happens over and over again? You think Conor McGregor is going to quit driving? Of course he's not. He's not going to give a shit. You know, he's in Ireland. They are less tolerant in Ireland about drinking and driving than they are here in the United States.
Bruce Rivers, he's the criminal lawyer. Bruce Rivers, he's the criminal lawyer. Bruce Rivers, he's the criminal lawyer. And what he do? And it's gonna react to all the self-snitching.
Hi, this is Bruce Rivers. Welcome to another fun-filled episode of Criminal Lawyer Reacts. I'm Bruce Rivers, your personal board-certified criminal defense lawyer, coming to you with my pearl handle pistol cufflinks, so graciously gifted to me by our content genius that you know as Michael Rivers, who is behind the microphone, behind the camera, in front of the camera. Michael, you know,
Yes.
You're starting to get a little bit of a following here. You realize that, right?
A little bit. Yeah, I'm anxious about it. Yeah.
What are you anxious for? I mean, they love you, just like I do.
No, it's great. I love the community we built together, and then now putting a face to me and you together is kind of cool now, and experiencing this together has been pretty amazing. So
what, pray tell, Michael, are we reacting to today?
you tell me. I think you brought this up this time.
All right.
Today's episode is brought to you by his idea, so not
Before
mine.
we get to what we're going to react to today, we got a couple of household items. First of all, go to CLR Bruce Rivers if you want merch. We got tons of merch on there, and that site is up and running, and it's doing really well.
As you can see here, guys, we are here at the wholesaler, and we are picking out the best quality stuff for the best fan base in the world. Merch will be out soon, and yeah, you're gonna love it because it's quality, it's made by us, it's shipped by us, everything. It's a lot of fucking work, let me tell you. This guy right here,
Hello world.
this is the man behind sweatshirts, the hoodies, the design even. So
Thank you. And we're gonna give you guys the best. You see we're in the warehouse. We're here learning. We're here doing what we gotta do to provide you guys the best.
what's your name?
My name's Tony Cosmos, by the way. Instagram, Tony.Cosmos, Toney, for the tone of music. Also, Toney Cosmos at Twitter.com and Facebook as well. I've been doing this for over 17 years, so we're coming together to bring you guys the best experience for merch. You can bring it with you wherever and help spread the message.
All right. So today, well, a couple things. You know, first of all, this is brought to you by eForms.com. eForms.com, and you know they're a loyal sponsor to the channel, and so that's why we mention them every time. They are an effective way. Honestly, it really is an effective way to avoid. I know I joke around about grandma in the basement and all that kind of crap. I mean, she is in the basement, and I lock the door when I leave because who knows what the hell she's going to do. But I got power of attorney over, and where did I get power of attorney? Take a guess. I think I just heard about 3,000 people say eForms.com. eForms.com, it's a good way to avoid the cost of a lawyer and to be prepared. You know, if you sell something to somebody and they all of a sudden, let's say it comes back stolen, and you have a bill of sale, or you know you buy something from somebody, whether you buy or sell, you should still have a bill of sale, no matter what the product is. Or if you need a power of attorney, or if you need a medical power of attorney, or if you need any kind of legal form, go to eForms.com. Honestly, they're a good sponsor of our channel, and it's a very excellent resource for your legal needs. You will be protected, and it's a good way to avoid courtroom. And if you get to the courtroom, you're going to win, because the documents don't lie. And it's a good way to avoid the high cost of a lawyer. eForms.com. Okay, so I got this little thing. It says, I don't know if can you read that? It's especially made for Bruce Rivers, London, Ontario.
Good.
This is a Kleenex box underneath, and it's a little couch. So I'll probably put this in my pub or put it up. Anyway, thanks, Jeanette. Appreciate it. Okay, so I love it when you guys send stuff, but you don't have to, just so you know. Today, we are reacting to Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor, as you well know, is an Irish MMA fighter. And he's very famous, very wealthy guy. And he's also doesn't realize how old he is. So in 2022, I think March of 2022, he's in his hometown of Ireland. I don't know if it's a hometown, but he's in his element in Ireland. Who loves Ireland? I love Ireland. In fact, I'm going tonight. Really. But the he doesn't really understand or give a shit about the law. So he's driving around, and this is what happened here. According to the Irish Times, mixed martial arts fighter Conor McGregor has narrowly avoided jail for an appalling series of dangerous driving incidents in Dublin, where he jumped a red light, sped in and out of traffic, and almost caused a collision. And they don't call them cops over there or police; they call them guards. When the guard who drove 160 kilometers per hour to catch him eventually asked him to step out of his Bentley GT on the evening of March 22nd. This is an appalling series of breaches of road traffic rules and an appalling episode of dangerous driving. That's what the judge said. When you have wealth and privilege, but you didn't come from that, you know, you've seen, we'll show you a couple of clips of Conor and his irreverence. He doesn't give a shit.
Also in the building, the biggest superstar in MMA history, Conor McGregor, and his Roadhouse co-star, Jake Gyllenhaal.
All right, here we go. Coach Mac Daddy in the place. Let me just put this down. Let me show you what's what, right? Coach Mac Daddy in the place. Show you what's popping. Okay, Henry, this one's for you, my man, right? Some of the things, oh my God, you blew my... I couldn't believe what I was seeing, right? So you were here like this, right? And you were doing this, and I was like, you were doing this little thing, and I was like, what the fuck is that? I've never seen nothing like it. This guy is a fucking genius, yeah?
But the judge imposed a 5-month sentence, suspended it. In other words, he doesn't have to go to jail, on the condition that McGregor keeps the peace, which he can't do, for 2 years, and the fine solely of $5,000, and a 2-year ban on him driving. So he lost his driving privileges for 2 years. Why? I mean, just a little bit of speeding? Wow. So he was originally charged with dangerous driving, being uninsured, having no license, and failing to produce his documents within 10 days. And then they further charged him with careless driving, which is a lesser offense. The cop told the court that he was stopped at the traffic lights on Lucan Road and observed McGregor's car traveling in a 24-hour bus lane. So he just blows right by the cop. He said the vehicle drove at a speed through the light. Now, he has to go to 160 kilometers an hour. I think that's like right around 100 miles an hour, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And I was traveling in excess of 160 kilometers per hour trying to catch up to his vehicle. So these Bentleys are just, they're luxurious, they're fast, and they're just beautiful cars. And I would take one of those over a Lamborghini or any one of those, you know, kind of souped up sports cars any day. But here's the deal. This is why this is kind of a big deal. McGregor's got 20 prior convictions, 17 for traffic offenses, 2 for public order, basically disorderly charges, and 1 for assault between the 2011 and 2019. So he's got a bad. What do you do with somebody like that? I mean, when you commit the crime right in front of the cop, there's not a whole lot you can do as a defense lawyer. So the judge in the case says, oh, he's now remorseful, but his driving on the day was persistent, prolonged, and deliberate. He noted the mitigating factors that he pled guilty, and it's appropriate to meet this matter by way of a suspended sentence and only just. We see this all the time, where you have people who are repeat offenders, whether it's a DUI or just driving conduct. And guess what happens over and over again? You think Conor McGregor is going to quit driving? Of course he's not. He's not going to give a shit. You know, he's in Ireland. They are less tolerant in Ireland about drinking and driving than they are here in the United States. You know, these traffic things sometimes are not taken seriously. And when you've got like 20 prior convictions of various natures, you know, eventually you're going to have to start doing some jail time. But the nature of DUI law is that you are, the first one, you get kind of a pass pretty much everywhere. Second one, it's more serious. Third one, in some places, it's a felony. And depending upon, you know, what the situation is, you can lose your car, you can get it forfeited, and you can do mandatory minimum jail time. You have to do the blow and go, in other words, the interlock, and you lose your license. And then you get your fourth one, and almost everywhere where you get your fourth one, it's a felony. It ain't worth it. I mean, think about just going, you know, before you go out, hey, you know what? We're going to drink. Let's take an Uber so we don't have a car. How hard is that? So, go ahead.
I'm going to send you like a series of clips of his prior bad acts and convictions and stuff. Everyone remembers the famous, so we'll start with the old man in the bar. Do you remember that one?
Here's Conor McGregor, and it's not that much, but punching an old man in the head in a whiskey dispute. Here's McGregor. You know, I love a good pub. I absolutely love a good pub, but I don't like to fight. And the issue with McGregor is that, he doesn't want one. But he's buying everybody a shot. Now he's starting to fight with somebody. Why would you do that? I mean, the guy just didn't want to drink. You know, but that's what it is. You know, it's alcohol-fueled rage. Or just rage in general. You know, it's called impulse control.
So
Okay.
This is the most infamous one, and you can see the views on it.
Okay.
This is the bus attack that he had to go to court in Brooklyn for.
Crash the bus. You know, what's wrong with just having a fucking cocktail and enjoying each other and not causing such fucking havoc? I mean, so let's just watch this. I haven't seen this. To what end is that? I mean, why would you do that? So what crime is that? So that would be assault, not necessarily a deadly weapon, but it's an assault. Assault is the imminent apprehension of bodily harm. It is criminal damage to property and disorderly conduct. I mean, imagine being the bus driver. All you're doing is driving a fucking bus, you know, and you're responsible for that bus.
Yo, I got everything on video. McGregor said it's McGregor.
Honestly, to what end?
Multiple fighters got injured on that bus. There were multiple people.
Just from that?
Yeah, fighters and staff. There were glass that got in people's eyes that couldn't fight. You know, they took money away from them. It was serious.
So now we talked a little bit about DUI laws and that kind of thing, but they did test him on this driving case, and there was nothing in his system. So he's just an asshole. But I like him. I mean, he's got charm, don't you think? I mean, he's really created a huge brand for himself. You know, with the proper 12 and you know his restaurants and bars and all the other, businesses that he's started. So you got to love the guy for being, having some initiative.
Wait, what do you have up there? Maybe I can just zoom in over there.
Yeah.
Right up there, if you guys can see that. It's autographed Proper 12 right there.
We have an arrest in New York. We have an arrest in Ireland. We got an arrest in Miami. I mean, you see a pattern here. I mean, eventually, aren't you gonna get sick and tired of dealing with bullshit? Taunting him, and now he's smashing somebody's phone, and that is criminal damage to property. How much is a phone worth? I don't know. Generally over $1,000. That's, your average iPhone is worth over $1,000, and that's a felony. How he continues to stay out of jail and stay out of harm's way.
If you have like priors in different countries, can those stack at all, or is that possible? Or
In order for you to use a prior conviction in another jurisdiction, it's got to have the same elements as the current jurisdiction of a similar crime. So if it's murder in the second degree, it's got to have the same elements for it to be analogous. That's the way it is federally, and that's the way most states are. But it's just, Conor, you got to slow the fuck down. You got to calm down. Pour yourself a glass of Proper 12. Blaze up a blaze up a stogie. You don't need to be driving 100 miles an hour down the road. You don't need to be. Look what you did. Now you're banned from driving for 2 years in Ireland. Not that you need to, because I'm sure you can just hire a driver. But, any limitation on your freedom. Basically, when a court suspends a sentence, what the court does is say, okay, as long as you do this, this, and this, and maybe it's counseling, maybe it's maintain sobriety, and maybe it's not having any same or similar, Conor, or maybe it's not having driving without your license. Whatever the conditions are, as long as you do this, this, and this, we're going to hold this over your head. And I don't really know how long they're going to hold it over his head. But remain peaceful, do this. And as long as you do that, you don't have to do any jail time. It's called a suspended sentence. What do you think the odds are, Michael, of Conor McGregor keeping the peace?
probably pretty low. He goes wherever he wants to go. He's on his Lamborghini yacht most of the time, traveling the world, causing havoc wherever he goes.
Well, we'll see what happens. It is interesting. The guy's, I don't know if he's a billionaire or not, but he's got plenty of money. And guess what? Money talks, bullshit walks. You put the same guy, like say some poor black guy with no money, and he's got this same record. I guarantee you he's going to jail. Every single time. So we'll see you next time here on Criminal Lawyer Reacts. I happen to be Bruce Rivers, accompanied with our content genius, Michael Rivers. And make sure you subscribe, follow us on Instagram, follow us on Twitter. Check out Facebook, because we're doing a lot on Facebook. Go to clrbrucerivers.com. We got all kinds of merch. That's our store. So you get it right away. I haven't reacted to some drill in some time, but let's get jiggy with it. Not the barber, Draco put him on his back. Catch him walking out the barber, Draco put him on his back. So that gives you a weapon, that gives you a place, and it gives you a certain person. I don't like it when they do this, because it really is self-snitching. Posted at 5:32, a fella come through the back and one way and get left on the curb. Here's one of my complaints about when people put this kind of music out there. Posted at 5:32. That's really specific. If you have a situation where all of a sudden there's a case and 5:32 becomes important, this becomes self-snitching. Found that boy alive, all of his body parts was missing. Hi, this is Bruce Rivers. Welcome to another fun-filled episode of Criminal Lawyer Reacts. I'm Bruce Rivers. Hosted with me here behind the camera is our content genius, Michael Rivers. And today we're going back to our roots. How did we start this whole channel to begin with? We started this channel with a reaction to Wayne W. Melly's video, Murder on My Mind. Now we're going to find out what's going to happen with his trial later on. Not in this episode, but down the line because it's not going yet. We're gonna get back to it. We're gonna do a reaction today to a song, a little drill from Baby Kia, and this one is called "Get Jiggy." Now, this is gonna be a cold reaction because I haven't listened to this, and so you're gonna get some definite legal advice I'll give Baby Kia. But before we get to that, this is brought to you by eForms.com. Holy crap, eForms.com is a very effective way to avoid high-priced lawyers like me. What you want to do is you want to go to eForms.com if you've got a legal issue that you're dealing with and you need a form, like a power of attorney, rental agreement, business agreement, any kind of bill of sale, anything you need to document and memorialize some event. I'm telling you, it's worth its weight in gold. When you get to court, oh, by the way, Judge, I have a written agreement signed by the parties that I got from eForms.com. Case closed. eForms.com, very effective way to protect yourself when you get to court or to even avoid court altogether. Because once you have that, you've got a legally protected document. Okay, so I'm a little nervous about this because I might be a little rusty. I haven't reacted to some drill in some time, but let's get jiggy with it.
Knife on the stick, trying to get jiggy. They had found that boy alive, all of his body parts was missing.
All right, so we start out. Who does he sound like? Just off the bat, he sounds like NBA Youngboy a little bit, doesn't he? A little bit. I know I'm getting kind of a weird look from Michael. I mean, Michael's into this drill stuff, so he knows better than I do. But we start out with some murderous shit right away. Knife on a stick, trying to get jiggy. They found the boy alive. All of his body parts was missing. Grrrah.
It's time to spin, let's go get busy. Bitch, I'm hanging out of the trunk, he breaking BK, come through tree.
So if she's hanging out the trunk, I mean, does it mean that they're about to do a drive-by? Or is the boy hanging out the trunk? It's art. This is art. And what do we learn about art? Art is sometimes used in people's cases when they get cases, like Thug.
What the fuck is 7-6? Pull on hanging out of some rule 7 course, I send a blitz. You said
Set the course, I send a blitz. That probably means big Glock for that ass, take his feet. All right, so E-brake, buddy, you turn BK out the window. BK is probably Baby Kia himself. Out the window, Draco thumping. You know what a Draco is. This is a Draco. We'll show you a Draco. You know, that's a big gun. Huh? What? Big Glock for that ass. Take his feet. Oh, God. 532. A fella come through the back and one way and get left on the curb. I think that what it means is, you know, you're coming through one way, and if you're not with us, we're going to leave you on the curb. Here's one of my complaints about when people put this kind of music out there. Posted at 5:32. That's really specific. Fella come through the back one way and get left on the curb. In other words, so he's coming through the back one way and then he gets popped and he's left on the curb. That's what it sounds like to me. Now, if you have a situation where all of a sudden there's a case and 5:32 becomes important, this becomes self-snitching in that mode. Fellas speaking on Lil Cal, they left 4 feet all on that floor. So when they're talking about taking somebody's soul, what do you think they're talking about? And, you know, and I know it's like cool to be gang shit and murderous shit, but it is what it is. To real events, I mean, why see a video pop out? We fit in a shoot up Texaco. 76 dual .57, break the glass up off the door. Oh, I heard they slid up on gang. It's get back to gang. Shot 5 by bro. Shot 5 by bro. In other words, shot 5 people.
Oh, I heard my ops got switches when I see them never blow.
Oh, I heard my ops got switches. You know what switches are? Those are the fully automatic Glocks, basically. It's just a plastic thing you stick in there in front of this sear pin. And when I see them, never blow. In other words, they never shoot their guns.
Just got to drop up on the art, we put C4 up on this door.
I guarantee you they don't have any C4. I'd be absolutely shocked if they had C4. You know what C4 is? That's a military explosive. That means Baby Kia. Ho shaking ass, he finna blow. In other words, he's probably so excited he's gonna premature ejaculate. Smack a op, ho from the back. That pussy trash, she gotta go. In other words, she's not all that great. In other words, he's smoking on his op, which is disrespectful, not smoking to his op. Got a fat boy in my blunt. I'm smoking Mark. I know they blow. You know, when you there's a phrase, smoking on your dead ops, and that's supposed to be disrespectful. If you're smoking to somebody, like in homage to somebody, that's supposed to be respectful. Boy, I think that shit funny. When we kill Lil Core, we do him bad. I take his money. Boy, give me that shit. Bow, I never run. Boy, that shit cap. So he's talking about Lil Core, and if Lil Core's a real person, he's talking about killing. I mean, this is what we see when we see people self-snitching. And one of the things that caused NBA YoungBoy so much trouble when you put that shit in plain view of the camera. This 24 swear that Draco don't give a fuck about the rap. This 24 swear that Draco don't give a fuck about the rap. In other words, a Draco, which is, OD geeked up off that mark, that fat ass bitch come around the lap.
Draco put him on his back. Big boy died inside his sleep. He tried to run out with the rat. BK dog in the SRT.
Catch him walking out the barber. Draco put him on his back. So that gives you a weapon, that gives you a place, and it gives you a certain person. I don't like it when they do this because it really is self-snitching.
Betrayal this whip, your ass get clapped. BK get him right. Her BK dog the SRT. So he break all of that, but no fault.
Big boy died in his sleep. He tried to run off with them racks. In other words, he tried to steal something from somebody. So BK is baby Kia, dogging in the SRT. That's your Dodge Challenger. B trailed his whip. Yo ass get clapped. BK get him right. Break. We posted on MLK, probably MLK Drive, in the trap. Shoot a fella for fun. When you put this stuff together, and you see him with the guns, and and I don't mean to sound like I'm some old guy, which I am, an old white guy, listening to drill, but fuck, when you listen to this stuff, they are. I mean, BK is if he's talking about real events, he's self-snitching here, and there's got to be and if it's just art, it's art. Let's just take it for what it's worth. But if he's not, if they can tie this to any particular event, and they can tie him there, because you can't get convicted on your own words, just alone, because that's what they call corpus delicti. There has to be something to corroborate it. But he's given them kind of a roadmap. So that is Get Jiggy from Baby Kia, and it's been a while since I've listened to drill, honestly, and I forgot how just harsh it is and how murderous it is. All I gotta say is I hope Baby Kia is talking about untrue events and that it's just art, because if it's not, they can use this later on, and we're seeing that in the Young Thug case right now. You take a look at this and you tell me what you think. Let me hear what you think in the comments. It's this form of rap, this drill, is so murderous and so devoid of the human condition. It's all about stacks, pussy, killing, guns, and drugs. I mean, that's what it's all about. So I'm hoping that these guys, use this as a springboard to do something else that's kind of cool. So we'll see you next time here on Criminal Lawyer Reacts. I'm Bruce Rivers. The content genius Michael Rivers is behind the camera and behind the ideas. And we'll see you next time here on Criminal Lawyer Reacts. Make sure you subscribe, follow us on Instagram, follow us on Twitter, sign up for Patreon, and we'll see you next time here on Criminal Lawyer Reacts.
Bruce Rivers just broke down your case. He know all the charges that you about to face. You ain't coming home till 2058. That self-snitching gon' get you put away. Bruce Rivers just broke down your case. He know all the charges that you about to face. You ain't coming home till 2058. That self-snitching gon' get you put away. 23-hour lockdown, please is at my God.
So now, to the piece de resistance. Cardi B.
You said she's bigger than you? Is that correct?
Absolutely.
How do you know that?
I mean, look. But she was practically my height. But she is like...
What? Say it.
Security heavy.
Security heavy. Security heavy. In other words, she's built like a brick shit house.
What does that mean?
Like, she just looks a little like she could protect the building.
She's thick. What'd you say, thick? So who is Cardi B? Cardi B. If you don't know who Cardi B is, I know what demographic you are. You're probably one of my snooty white wine drinkers and having popcorn. And so she is from the Bronx, New York City. She started stripping at the age of 19. She gained popularity on social media by posting candid, funny videos. But she also then became a huge rapper in 2015, right? By huge, I mean, look at that ass. Look at that ass. Look at that ass. And I'm not a huge fan of big asses, but some guys are, you know? I know some of my brother friends, they like that ass. They like that ass. I had one guy come into my office, hey man, you know that guy you got working there? And this is some time ago, so it's not the guy that's currently working there. She goes, yeah man, she got a fat ass. Yeah, I know you white boys like that skinny shit, but man, she got a fat ass. I think it's hilarious, actually, when you think about the difference in flavors that we like. But anyway, back to Cardi B, as I digress on the ass.
Bruce Rivers, he's the criminal lawyer. Bruce Rivers, he's the criminal lawyer. Bruce Rivers, he's the criminal lawyer. And what he do? And he's gonna react to all the self-snitching.
Hi, this is Bruce Rivers. Welcome to another fun-filled episode of Criminal Lawyer Reacts. I'm Bruce Rivers, your very own personal board-certified criminal defense lawyer. And don't you feel privileged to have your own, very own servant here, giving you a lot of entertainment, a lot of information, and just basically catering to your whims. That's what I do. So I'm coming to you with my shark cufflinks today, which means we do business. And we're going to react to Cardi B and who she is, and she's got some things that have been in the news lately. But before we get to that, this is brought to you, like every episode, by AskALawyer.com. AskALawyer.com is a very easy way to get some legal advice if you're suing your landlord, or if your landlord's suing you, if you got an eviction notice, or you got anything you need to run by a lawyer, go to AskALawyer.com for $49. It's a bargain. You get a live lawyer, and they can help you through, or maybe you don't have a case, and they can tell you that too. Or maybe you do have a case, and they can help you get to the next step. So go to AskALawyer.com. Also, if you're doing your own legal research, like Grandma does in her basement with her Cheeto-stained underwear, they have an AI component trained in all the 50 states. So if you want to do your own legal research, you got that as well. $49, you can't. And the same people that brought you e-sign and e-forms, I use them regularly, and so I think you should too. Very loyal sponsor to the channel, so go to AskALawyer.com. Okay, so who is Cardi B? Cardi B. If you don't know who Cardi B is, I know what demographic you are. You're probably one of my snooty white wine drinkers and having popcorn. And she is from the Bronx, New York City. She started stripping at the age of 19. She gained popularity on social media by posting candid, funny videos. But she also then became a huge rapper in 2015, right? By huge, I mean, look at that ass. Look at that ass. Look at that ass. And I'm not a huge fan of big asses, but some guys are, you know? I know some of my brother friends, they like that ass. I had one guy come into my office, and hey man, you know that guy you got working there? And this is some time ago, so it's not the guy that's currently working there. She goes, yeah man, she got a fat ass. Yeah, I know you white boys like that skinny shit, but man, she got a fat ass. I think it's hilarious, actually, when you think about the difference in flavors that we like. But anyway, back to Cardi B, as I digress on the ass. She broke out in 2017. Her breakout moment with Bodak Yellow topped the Billboard 100. You know who she is, right? Very controversial, very loud, proud, and let's just take a quick peek at what she's about. Okay, she got money moves.
Oh, I make money moves.
You know, she got red bottoms.
It's red bottoms.
You know that song, right? And evidently she was making some money moves here. In 2018, she released her debut album, Invasion of Privacy, which topped the, oddly enough, is what we're talking about here today. That's because she was at her doctor's office. Topped the Billboard charts, went to win on a Grammy, Best Rap Album. Also, this made her the first female solo rapper to do this. Other major song is WAP. So WAP is, you know, that's W-A-P. You know, if it's W-O-P, that's an Italian slur. But WAP, in this context, W-A-P, is wet ass pussy. Now, Cardi B is no stranger to lawsuits, mind you. In 2018 to 2022, Cardi B was accused of assaulting bartenders and indicted on 14 counts. Wow.
Wow.
She doesn't take shit off of nobody. You know, Cardi B, but when you have children, guess what you need to do? You need to calm the fuck down. You can't be doing that shit. Let's see, in 2022, she had a defamation lawsuit against, you know, some YouTuber person. In 2022, also a defamation by 3 men from an incident at Suffolk County Beach. And then in 2023 and 2025, she had a mic throwing incident in Las Vegas concert. We might have some footage of that. So today we're focusing on a 2018 lawsuit where she's accused of assaulting a security guard. So here's what happened with her. The lawsuit stems from an alleged altercation in 2018 outside Beverly Hills OBGYN office where Cardi B was pregnant. You know, you think if there's any spot where you should be the most protected, wouldn't you think it's your OBGYN office? And she was pregnant with her first child. Amani Ellis accuses Cardi B of assault, spitting on her, scratching her face, along with, guarantee you, she's got those manufactured nails, and inflicting emotional distress. And Mother claims she's seeking $24 million in damages. Well, let me tell you something about seeking $24 million in damages. You better be fucked up. That's all I gotta say. I tried a case. My client was burned 40% of his body. They took another 40% of his body, skin, for skin grafts. He was working at a brewery, hosed down a bad batch of beer. Took us 6 years to get to trial. We would have taken $4 million. The other side, their best and final offer was 2.3. I told the jury to come in between 30 and 50, and they gave me 35. $35 million. It's not that easy to pry money out of a jury's hand. Just because you were injured by a famous person doesn't mean you were entitled to big dollars. In fact, just the opposite. A big-time money person is probably going to have big-time money lawyers. Now, in the case that I tried, oh my God, they were dumb as fuck. I could not believe how tone deaf these lawyers were. And one was out of town. That was Tony the Tiger, I kept calling him, because he was just such a... These civil lawyers are so funny because their buttons are, you can just push their buttons. When you try a homicide, there's nothing more grave than that, right? And a prosecutor is, we get along because we have to fight again, They don't take it personally. These civil lawyers are fucking nasty to each other. So Cardi B was married to rapper Offset from Migos. Her pregnancy at the time was a secret and obviously would have been big tabloid news. So here's what happened. A dispute between them allegedly erupted because Cardi B believed that this Ellis was taking a video of her on a cell phone. Tell me she wouldn't have a fucking claim against the clinic. Honestly, Ellis accused Cardi B of assault and battery, intentional infliction of emotional distress, negligence, just basically a laundry list of everything that they put into a complaint. So she claims that the lyricist used her celebrity status to get her fired from her job. You know what? Fuck you. I'm gonna fire you. If I think you're gonna film me, I'm gonna go ape shit on you. Especially if you're a famous person like Cardi B. You should be safe in that office. As a result of the incident, Ellis has received psychological and medical treatment. No doubt, sponsored by the lawyer. I said, you better go do this, you better go do that. And then, they hire whoever they hire, Cardi, however, has vehemently denied the claims and alleging that she only had a verbal altercation with a security guard. Now, here's the thing. It's her word against her word, right? She said, she said. We've got some testimony, so let's see what this... And she looks like she works at Foot Locker now.
On the date of February 24th, 2018, what were you doing?
I was at work on duty as a security guard.
And for how long had you been working as a security guard?
When you were working as a security guard, were you making money moves?
As of 2018.
For 4 years.
And what did it take to become a licensed security guard?
You have to get fingerprinted and it's sent to the state of California for approval.
So you have to get fingerprinted, and then they say, that's really amazing. Anything else you have to do? Oh, you have to live and breathe, I guess, right?
And do you have any criminal record?
No.
Could you become a security guard if you have a criminal record?
No.
Were you...
Do you have any criminal record? Are you sure? Are you sure? Come on now.
Were you using your telephone to take photographs of the defendant when you saw her exit the elevator?
No.
So, if you could just tell us in your own words, when you got to the 5th floor, and you were doing your rounds, and you saw Cardi B, what did you say?
I said something along the lines of, that looks like Cardi B, or wow, that's Cardi B.
Were you talking to anybody at that time?
No.
For sure?
Yes.
Celebrity clients can be amazing or they can be awful. My guess is Cardi B is probably the most difficult client you would ever want to face. And I mean, she's got her opinions. She's going to let everybody know them. And you're in the hot seat, but maybe she's different with her lawyers. I don't know. I would hope so.
Were you entering the elevator?
I was, yes.
Did you actually go inside the elevator?
I did, yes.
And did Cardi B exit the elevator?
She did, yes.
Okay, and then what happened?
After she heard me say her name, she turned back around, and the first thing out of her mouth was, excuse my language, was, why the f*** are you telling people that you seen me?
I can understand Cardi B's trepidation in that, because it's like, you shouldn't be saying that at all, really. You should pretend like they're not there. It's difficult when you don't have a protocol.
At this time, I tried to calm her down and assure her that I didn't tell anyone that I seen her, and she was extremely upset.
Does that look like somebody you want to give $24 million to because she just can't fucking deal? I mean, she looks pretty capable. When I told my client to get off the stand and take off his shirt and show him the scars from not only the burns that look like basically Swiss cheese, but turn around and show him where they took the graft off your back, which is his entire back. The gasps from the jury were amazing. And they were in fucking tears after they saw that. Are you in tears after you see her? No, you're not.
And what did she tell you after that?
Then, excuse my language again, but she said, yes, you did, and then she put her finger in my face.
When she put her finger in your face, did she have long fingernails?
She did.
And approximately how long were her fingernails on the date when she put them in your face?
About 2 to 3 inches long.
When you have seen different pictures and videos of Cardi B, do you notice that she has long fingernails in those videos and photographs?
Yes.
Well, where are the scars on your face? Do you have any? I don't see any scarring on your face.
When you saw her today, did you notice that her fingernails were very short?
Yes.
Does she usually wear them that short? Objection. Speaking.
Objection. Foundation. She saw her one fucking time. She wouldn't know how she normally wears her.
It's also Black's foundation system.
Have you seen? Well, straight then. For how long? Were you a fan of Cardi B before this incident?
I was.
Are you a fan now? No, she hurt me and I'm in therapy because of it. Oh my God. Give me a break.
What kind of fan were you?
I enjoyed her music. I was interested in going to a concert. I didn't have any problem with her.
Can we give you some free tickets if you just drop this lawsuit, please?
Did you show your grandmother the scar on your left cheek after February 24th of 2018? Over.
Could you repeat the question, please?
Did you show the cut on your left cheek after February 24th of 2018 to your grandmother, Diane Schmidt?
Yes.
When you were at the building and Cardi B exited the elevator on February 24th, 2018, what were the words that she used that were so hurtful?
She used hurtful words. Hurtful words are not compensable by damages. I mean, people call me shit all the time.
She used a lot of words. And again, excuse my language, but she was like, bitch, that's why I'm gonna beat your ass. I'm gonna get you fired.
Well, I hear some beeping. Beeping is not all that offensive, is it?
That's why you do security. Ah, that's why you do security. Ah, she was sticking her tongue out. She was flailing her arms up and down. She was jumping up and down. Body shaming me. I mean,
this just seems like it doesn't seem believable. Maybe it is, but it just doesn't pass the smell test.
Racial slurs, just a lot.
Racial slurs? Like what? Did she call you the N-word? Isn't she of the same race that you are? And isn't it okay when a rapper uses the N-word? Maybe she was just rapping. Maybe she was just rapping about you. Hey, bitch. Hey, security bitch. I mean, maybe that's all it was.
And did she spit on you?
She did.
Did her spit
Did she say she wanted to go to Foot Locker and help you pick out some shoes?
actually land on your body?
It did.
Were you intending to sue Cardi B at that moment when the incident occurred?
No, I was not.
Did Miss Cardi B, after this incident, post different things about you to her fans?
She did.
In how many different instances?
Probably about 2.
Okay, and did you do the same thing back to her?
Never.
Of course you wouldn't, because you're a security guard.
After the incident, did you seek medical treatment from a psychologist, Nicole McKenzie?
Yes.
And that was approximately 2 months after the incident?
Correct.
Oh, you didn't go right away. You waited till you got a fucking lawyer. And then you said, oh, you better go get some help so we can prove up some damages. Why didn't you get a counselor right away? If you were so impacted by this, why the delay?
What did Dr. McKenzie do for you?
She provided therapy, counseling therapy.
Was it helpful?
Now, the next time you encounter a rapper, this is how you should respond. Yes, I think so. How are you feeling today? Give me a fucking break. Therapy for what? You had what? Maybe a 5-minute, not even 5-second interaction with somebody who fucking doesn't like you because you've done something to make her feel unsafe in this environment? I mean, even if she did what she said she did, you didn't go get therapy right away.
Was it helpful?
I believe it was at the time.
Did you go to Nicole McKenzie because you were assaulted and battered on February 24th of 2018 by Cardi B?
Objection leading.
Answer? Yes.
Did you go there for any other reason?
No.
Did you go there to make some money moves? I think you did.
Around that time, did you also seek medical treatment from Dr. John Scher?
I did.
And he's a cosmetic plastic surgeon?
He is. He was, yes.
Is it your understanding that he died in 2021?
Yes.
Okay. And when you saw him, did he advise you that you needed to wait at least 1 year to determine if the cut became a scar?
Objection, hearsay, and legal. Why don't you rephrase the question?
Did Dr. Scher...
So you can't say what somebody else said. Plus, you went on direct examination. You can't lead the witness. So is it true that you got this scar in your cheek and you went to see a doctor and the doctor told you that it was going to be permanent and then you were going to seek damages for that? Well, that's you have to ask open-ended questions on direct examination.
Did Dr. Scher ask you to return approximately 1 year after he saw you for the first time? Objection, leading the first time.
Leading. Did he say you? I mean, you can't do that.
He did.
Why did he ask you to wait 1 year?
Objection calls for speculation.
Do you know why he asked you to wait for a whole year before seeking medical treatment?
Objection lacks foundation.
He said he didn't want to treat it prematurely.
If I was the judge, I wouldn't let her answer that. If the doctor's not there to testify, and that's probably why the judge is letting her answer that, because the doctor's dead. And so, but you still can't let somebody answer what somebody else said. There's circumstances where the purpose of medical treatment is one of the exceptions to the hearsay rule.
To come back.
Did the scar become a keloid?
It made a scar, yes.
Do you know if it's called a keloid or you're not sure?
I'm not sure if it's called a keloid.
Where is there scar? I don't see a scar. Does it seem readily visible to you?
What about the cost of the treatment? Could you afford to pay $15,000, $20,000 to get plastic surgery to your face?
Objection. Leading.
No.
For Nicole McKenzie, did you were the medical bills totaling $5,087 from her office for medical treatment that you received related to this incident?
Objection. Leading lacks foundation. Sustained.
So when you have your client on the stand, and this is a layperson, she can't testify about things that an expert would testify to. So, like, she can't give a medical opinion. And so that's what that last objection was. So it's objection leading because he's telling her what the bills are and stuff. And then foundation because she can't really say what they're for.
Is it your understanding that your total medical bills related to this incident are $36,000?
You need to start with the foundation. You need to establish what she knows and how she knows it.
And your
The question should be, how much medical bills do you have related to this? That's what it should be.
Did you receive medical bills at your home from these different medical providers?
I'm not sure.
She just disqualified herself from the next answer.
Did some of the medical providers send you bills to your home?
I'm sure, yes.
That is the plaintiff. Now let's take a look at the surgeon showing the facial scar.
Your Honor, I'm requesting to show the witness exhibit 228 on the Elmo so he can confirm details about this photograph. I'm going to use a pen, and if you can tell me where on her...
Beautiful skin. She's got great skin tone. Where's the damage? I don't see.
Where on her face you see the scar.
Counsel, there's a pointer there. If you just want him to get down and give you the pointer on the screen.
There's a pointer there behind you. And if you could just show us where the scar is located.
So when you look at, I get these with assault cases all the time. And when you look at something like this and you're struggling to kind of find it, give me a fucking break.
So this is a terrible picture, sort of. Oh, there you go. That's better. No, it's not.
It's a terrible picture. It's just a terrible picture. And sometimes when you put something on a screen, it doesn't look as good as it does on your computer screen or on your phone or whatever. But you should be able to fucking see it.
It's not good. Okay, there's the main scar here. And this entire area here shows differences in the skin, sort of a general area that's very different from the rest of the skin. And there's a little linear mark here, and there's another one over here. So those are the three marks that I was talking about. This is
not worth $24 million.
This is the main scar down the center, and this is another mark to the side. Here's another mark on this side.
That is her scarring. Fucking A. $24 million for that? Not even close. So now, to the piece de resistance. Cardi B.
Tell us in your own words what you said.
I said, bitch, get the fuck out my face. Why are you in my face? Why are you recording me?
Seems pretty genuine. Bitch, get the fuck out my face.
And if you wanted to scratch or cut her face with your right hand or your left hand, if you wanted to do it, you could have done it, correct?
But
You're
I
not
didn't.
disabled.
But
right?
I didn't because I had a baby inside me.
Fuck. How'd that baby get there, by the way? Here's the thing. She seems genuine, right?
Are you disabled? Yes or no?
At that moment, when you're pregnant, I'm very disabled. You want me to tell you the things I can't do?
Fine. And why were you concerned?
Because I'm pregnant and this girl's about to fucking beat my ass.
Honestly, who's more vulnerable here? The security guard or a pregnant woman going into an OBGYN clinic? And we know that women who are pregnant never get emotional, right?
And this girl's about to fucking beat my ass. Hello?
Hello.
So generally speaking, when you are speaking like this in a deposition or a trial, and I think she's genuine. I mean, she's just talking like she normally does. She's not trying to find the answer.
You said she's bigger than you? Is that correct?
Absolutely.
How do you know that?
I mean, look.
How do you know that? You know, somebody, if you say, oh, I love you, and they say, how do you know that? I just fucking know it, so just shut up. I mean, what the hell? You know, how do you know that she's bigger than you? Look, I mean, she's a pig.
I mean, I was 130 pounds at that time.
Mm-hmm. What did they, on Liar? Yeah, in your bra.
Did you call her fat?
No, I was calling her a bitch.
Seems genuine to me. I wasn't calling her fat. I called her a bitch.
But she was practically my height. But she is like...
What? Say it.
Security heavy.
Security heavy. Security heavy. In other words, she's built like a brick shit house.
What does that mean?
Like, she just looks a little... like she could protect the building.
She's thick. What'd you say, thick?
You know what I'm saying? She just looked more developed than me.
Beefy.
I was like, that's a fucking lie. Fuck out of here. Trying to get some money.
What was that?
I said, that's a fucking lie. Fuck out of here. Just trying to get some money.
You know, I have to say, I like the way Cardi B comes off here because she seems genuine in her responses. And to seek 24 million for a scar you can almost not see when it's ridiculous.
I feel like my privacy was completely being violated. I wouldn't want to be anything that had to do with my medical records or anything, especially something that is so sacred as your pregnancy is yours.
And you didn't hit her?
No.
Did you take a swing at her?
No.
And when she was posting things, she was telling other people that you assaulted her or hit her or did something physical, correct?
The thing that kills me is if all they had was that where's a fresh picture of that scar right when it happened, you know? I mean, certainly if it created that a year later, you would have, you know, a more recent picture, you know? I mean, you would see some damage like right away.
Yes.
And then you replied and posted things as well, correct?
Yes.
Do you remember what you posted?
It was, I don't think I posted something. I'm not even sure if it was a comment or like if I did like a live or something. It had to be quick. I said, that's a fucking lie. Out of here. Just trying to get some money.
Who's trying to get some money?
She is.
How do you know that?
Because she sued me for $24 million.
Did you sue her?
No.
I'm with Cardi B on this. I mean, if she's worth anything, let's say it happened. A scar that's hardly noticeable is not worth $24 million. And you only went to see a psychologist or whoever you saw for therapy because your lawyer said we need to document some damages. That's the only reason that you did that.
Do you prefer I call you Miss Almanzar, Cardi B, or it doesn't matter?
I mean, y'all can call me Cardi B.
Yesterday you had black hair, short hair. Today it's blonde and long. Which one is your real hair?
They're wigs.
Do you know what's discovery?
Yes.
What are form interrogatories?
Honey, I don't know what that means.
What is special interrogatories?
I do not know.
What are requests for admissions?
Okay, these are dumb questions. And they should be objected to because they call for a legal conclusion, you know, and it's not within her foundation. In other words, her purview. It's not with. She doesn't have the basis of knowledge to answer those questions.
You don't know, right? Is that fair? You don't know.
No.
And I'm talking to you now. Are we having a verbal altercation?
We having, we'll say, a debate.
See, she's cute. I mean, she's got a nice persona to her, right? According to some court documents, her facial injuries were like 17 grand, you know, including like microneedling or whatever. Leanne Schmidt, Ellis's mother, testified that Ellis showed more anxiety and depression. Ellis is also claiming PTSD. Give me a fucking break. I'm not for a 2-second altercation. Let's say it happened. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, it absolutely happened the way she said it happened. And then Cardi B says, "You're a bitch. I'm gonna get you fired." Let's just say that happened. It's not worth $24 million. Not on your best day. So Dr. Nicole McKenzie, a psychologist, saw Ellis for emotional distress after the incident. Reported patients' claims of verbal insult from Cardi B. Oh, give me a break. You're a fucking security guard. Haven't you ever been insulted in your life? Haven't you had a physical altercation in your life as a security guard? What do you just sit there at the clinic and you just watch people and you say, hey, I hope you don't rob us. I'm just gonna watch you real pleasantly and hope you don't hurt anybody here in my clinic. Give me a fucking break. By their nature of your job as a security officer, you're going to have confrontations with people, and people that don't like you, and people that tell you to go to hell and tell that you're a fat fucking footlocker bitch. You know, you're going to have people say shit like that to you. Give me a fucking, oh, she reported severe headaches, anxiety, and psychological symptoms. Oh, please. I just want to go back in my shell. Give me a fucking break. Honestly. So it's an ongoing case. The plaintiff is seeking $24 million in damages. What legal standard guides whether or not this is a reasonable or excessive? It's an open question. What's legal? You know, what's the right amount to ask for in a case, right? When we had that case I talked to you about earlier in this episode, we debated about what to ask for. And I had a young black guy who was good looking, 24 years old, in the prime of his life, no criminal record, solid worker, just solid as the day is long, and a good looking fella too. But his injuries were severe. I mean, he was burned for over a minute with 180-degree water at a workplace with a coupling that failed and attached itself to him. So 180-degree water for a minute, and he coded 3 times. So 180-degree water was going on his body, right? And he was passed out, and they took him to the hospital. His recovery was just horrific, and it still is to this day. That's a decent case. I mean, not decent case. That is a case where severe damages occurred, you know. My team was saying you shouldn't ask for more than $25 million. I figured, well, George Floyd's family just got $27 million, and this was way worse than anything George Floyd went through. Okay. I mean, it just was. George Floyd lost his life. When you look at these kinds of cases, if you die, you don't get future damages. So that's what I meant by it's way worse. Because he has ongoing medical treatment. He's got ongoing pain and suffering. When you have a death case, it's over. An ongoing injury case is worth more, in personal injuries claims than something like that. So I went to the jury and I said, in the most serious cases, the rule of thumb is you take 100 and you multiply it by the medical bills. And in this case, the medical bills were $700,000. And so that would have made it $70 million. But I backed off of that. I said, well, I think a more reasonable approach would be somewhere between 30 and 50 million. And the jury came back and gave me $35 million. Gave our team, gave my client, not me, gave my client $35 million. I just don't see this as that kind of case at all. Number one, there's a big dispute as to whether this happened at all or not. And number two, what are the damages? So what would be a reasonable amount to ask for in this case? Okay, let's just say it happened the way she said it happened, and you agree that it did. So you got $17,000 in medical bills, right? Probably another $20,000 for the surgery that she's supposed to have. Give me a break. Are you really going to have that fucking surgery? I mean, you can't even see it. But let's say she does that. So that's $37,000. All the pain and suffering. Scratch your fucking face. How much pain is associated with that? Next to nothing. Maybe a day, maybe 2 days. You ever scratch yourself and leave a mark? Like, look at where do I have it? I don't even remember where it is. I took a power washer and fucking almost sheared off my skin. I was able to work just fine. And she's able to get up and go to Foot Locker, She's able to do whatever she has to do. She can walk and talk. She's got no monetary damages except for they fired her fucking ass because of the altercation. And that's nothing you can get anything from Cardi B for. So maybe $100,000, if that. But $24 fucking million. Are you in a wheelchair? Is your sorry ass in a wheelchair? No, it's not. Are you paralyzed? No, you're not. Are you disfigured in any way? No, you're not. You can hardly even see your stupid scar. I almost wish that I was defending Cardi B on this. So since this is a civil case, how does the burden of proof affect the defense strategy compared to a criminal case? And here's the thing. The burden of proof in a civil case is far less than in a criminal case. In a criminal case, it's beyond a reasonable doubt, and that can be up to 90 to 95%, depending upon how the jury perceives it. And a jury has to consider only a ponderance of the evidence, slightly more true than not true. So that's a much lower standard in a civil case. In celebrity cases, how do courts handle claims of emotional distress when part of the plaintiff's harm may come from intense media spotlight itself? Who puts yourself in the spotlight? You put yourself in the spotlight by suing her. I don't think that's compensable. If somebody else does something to you because you're suing a high-profile person, like death threats or what do they call it, doxing or whatever. So that people do that because they're fans of Cardi B. That's nothing Cardi B did. and it's not compensable to Cardi B. Cardi B did post something, evidently, and it's unclear exactly what she posted, but who cares? And unless she asks somebody to go do something, she's free to say whatever the fuck she wants. I suppose maybe she could why don't you add a defamation claim? And then you're going to have to prove up how that defamation has, number one, is not true. I mean, maybe you are a fat bitch. I don't know. You know, I know that the standards for a Foot Locker employee are about the same as they are for a security guard. You just need a basically beating heart. You're going to have to prove up your damages. And what damages do you have? Not 24 million. You just see how big the pocket is, and you want to take anything out of that pocket you possibly can. It bugs me when I see this, but give her $100,000 and say goodbye, or make her prove it up and have a trial. It looks like that's where they were headed. So we'll keep following it, and you know, Cardi B, wish you the best. Keep up that fat ass and making records and raising babies. So we'll see you next time here at Criminal Lawyer Reacts. Make sure you subscribe. Follow us on Instagram, follow us on Twitter, sign up for Patreon. Go to clrbrucerivers.com for all your merch needs. You know, Nick hasn't eaten since the last time he put some new products out there. So go to clrbrucerivers.com and give a homeless kid some food. I'm just kidding. He's not really homeless. He looks homeless, but he's not really homeless. See you next time on Criminal Lawyer Reacts. Hi, this is Bruce Rivers. Welcome to another fun-filled episode of Criminal Lawyer Reacts. I'm Bruce Rivers, board-certified criminal defense lawyer. What does that mean? That means I've taken 2 exams. I'm board-certified by the National Board of Trial Advocacy as a criminal trial specialist and the State Bar Association here in Minnesota as a criminal law specialist. What does that mean? That means I go to trial. That means I win cases. That means I'm an expert in the field of criminal law. And I'm also an expert in some practicalities of life in general. But before we get into what we're going to react to today at our Content Genius's suggestion, this episode is brought to you by what? Oh, by eforms.com. Holy shit, there's a thing called eforms.com? Yes, there is. What's it called? It's called eforms.com. If you need a partnership agreement because you and your grandma want to start a CBD farm and you don't trust your grandma because your grandma's kind of shady character, well, you need to put in place an agreement so you can keep her honest, right? But your grandma's probably just fine. She's just into the CBD thing, and you get an agreement from eforms.com. Or you need a power of attorney, bill of sale. You need any kind of legal form, no matter what state you're in. Go to eforms.com. Don't hire somebody like me to do that, because guess where I'd go? I would just go to eforms.com and charge you a shit ton of money. Why don't you cut that out and just go to eforms.com? Okay, that being said, I have no idea what I'm going to watch here. I've been given a little bit of a description, but Michael Rivers, who is our content genius, thinks this would be funny for you guys to watch, okay? And he is our content genius, so when you talk about him in the comments, make sure you give him a lot of love, because he is an amazing, amazing, amazing son that any dad could have, let alone a partner in our little venture here called Criminal Lawyer Reacts. So this is Charleston White, Funny Moments Part 1.
Down south, hoe ass nigga. Down south, Louisiana? But that nigga, this ain't no Ohio nigga. This the boat, nigga. Bitch ass nigga, come across the state lines, nigga. Get your shit mopped up, pussy ass nigga.
Okay, so why would you even fight with somebody online like this? My understanding of Mr. White is that he is not really about the rap community and has nothing but negative things to say. Now, here's the thing. Do I have opinions? Sure I do. Do I think it's really smart to voice all my fucking opinions? No, I don't. Sometimes we should shut the fuck up. And this is one of those people that... But he's making his clout off of this, so this is what they call shtick.
Said down south, Louisiana. I've never heard of down south, Louisiana before. Nigga, South Louisiana, bitch ass nigga. I've never heard of South Louisiana. Come across the state lines, bitch ass nigga, and find out. Give me an address and I'll be there. Bitch ass nigga.
Okay, why would he do that? I mean, he's not going to go there.
You won't get no address, nigga. Just pull up, nigga. Meet me at the state line, nigga. I'll be there, nigga. Where at the state line? Nigga, meet me at the state line. You get the rest stop, nigga. The first rest stop, nigga. That don't sound like good directions.
Now NBA YoungBoy was released from jail, and he recently spoke out. He says he loves wearing makeup. He's been wearing it in his music videos, and you know, he says that makeup makes him.
He must have a deal with BMW.
Feel happy. It makes him feel like a rock star.
Did he come out of jail saying this, huh? That's what you said. And was he saying this before he went in jail? Have he expressed any of this before he went in jail?
You know where this is going, right? That he's been either picking up the soap or sleeping on his belly like a good celly.
My boy done broke him. He done been buck broke. Yeah, I told his fans a long time ago. The boy might as well start making gospel music. But I was right, but I was wrong. The boy going gothic. Just the Marilyn Manson kind of shit. Now, I don't know what happened.
Here's the thing. When you are sitting there criticizing these people, he certainly doesn't seem like he runs in the same circles. And he's, you know, just another face on YouTube, so maybe these people don't give a shit. But, you know, we've seen the kind of the stuff that NBA Youngboy has done, right? You know, with the guns that he has and you know, with some of these other rappers. I just don't think it's a safe thing to do.
If they keep Young Thug ass locked up 6 more months in the conditions he in, he'll tell to get out of jail too. I'm always willing to bet with any rapper. They keep him 6 more months locked up in them conditions like that there, he'll tell to get out of jail too.
Well, I don't know what his background is, but for him to say that somebody's going to get well, actually, that does have a chilling effect on somebody. You know, people don't like to be snitches, but people don't like to go to jail either. So that does have a chilling effect on somebody.
He about ready to break. You can hear it in his voice. You don't never see the Italian gangsters doing no shit like that.
That's bullshit. What did Sammy the Bull do? And Henry Hill, what did they do? They fucking sang like canaries.
Calling home, singing and making songs. Yeah, rapping for the free world. Yeah, nigga ain't getting $9. This multi-millionaire nigga done gave us a free rap. Boy, normally we couldn't have got that. That's why I recommend jail, I'm telling you. Yeah, why I recommend it. He doing shit he ain't never.
Boy, it's just this cold shit, isn't it?
Ever done before. He raps sober. And listen how he sound rapping sober. He sounds so good. He wasn't hurt nobody or none of that. He would have gave reference to the Lord. He even talked about being a father, spending time with his daughter. See how jail do a nigga's ass? It's sober you up.
Okay, let's take a poll. How many people think it's better to go to jail? I mean, clearly everybody thinks that we should make good life choices, right? But, you know, just to advocate jail, you know, to have this positive impact on some. I've seen where jail has had the exact opposite effect on people.
Come with good raps, good positive rap. Matter of fact, them were Disney raps. Yeah, that was a Disney rap. No such thing as a successful Crip. Ain't no such thing as a successful Blood. Nowhere on earth.
Oh, no successful Blood, no successful Crip. Why the fuck would you want to sit there and do that? You know, here's the thing. I don't judge, all right? In fact, I love gangsters. They make excellent clients. The good ones. I mean, the guys who are OGs. Because they understand business and they understand risk. And they're the least ones to bitch if they got to do a stint.
Why the Crips and Blood can't say, hey, I'm a doctor and I'm a Crip? Because nobody in their right mind gonna let a Crip doctor touch on them.
His argument was that every Blood and Crip aren't thugs. There are Blood and Crips that are nurses, lawyers.
Where at?
Doctors.
Where? Give us some names. Why they got to be hiding in secret? Nigga, you ain't no mother. Any doctor ain't no he lying.
Well, I'll just say this. My doctor actually is a BD. So I can attest to that. He's absolutely wrong. My doctor is G Money, and he is a BD. Just so you know.
Didn't you just put somebody in jail not too long ago?
Quick flip Vino.
What? He just put somebody in jail? Ooh, we gotta snitch among ourselves. Snitches don't just get stitches, they belong in ditches.
6 warrants on Flo Malcolm, possible pending charges against Soulja Boy. I got the guy out of Port Arthur. He was out on parole talking Nord with a pistol case. I got him.
And guess what? My ass is in the crosshairs of some motherfuckers. I mean, what the hell? Why would you... Number one, why would you do that? I'm not a big fan of snitching. You want to take some revenge out on somebody? Go do it yourself. Be a man about it. But what the hell? I mean, and then you're advertising it. Guess what? Beep, beep, beep. Boom. You're done. This is not a fucking smart thing for him to do.
And then I just got Trap Boy Fred and them crew. Homie, they think it's a game. And I'm really actively, if I ain't already proved to these niggas, trying to put these niggas' ass in jail.
Why didn't you put a fucking badge on, and put a gun on, and get into law enforcement instead of just being the sideline snitch?
Now, you want to start a Boy Scout snitch organization?
Yeah.
A Boy Scout snitch organization. Are you fucking serious? We know from my past videos that some of these kids waiting in a fucking bus stop get shot. This guy is so fucking full of himself, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I wanna teach and train young boys what snitching is, what
funny how he likes young boys.
Telling is, and I want to create a Boy Scout organization. These niggas start telling in school. They the niggas who raise their hand and say, teacher, can I take names, and tell you who talking when you leave the class. They the ones in the hallway writing down names in middle school, dropping notes to the principal, to the kids with the bloodshot red eyes that look like they on pills.
Good idea. What a terrific idea. Why don't you put up a booth on O Block? I think that's where you should start. And let's see how long you fucking live.
So they can be law-abiding citizens and great neighborhood watch crime people.
Oh my God, what a great fucking idea. Where can I get a shirt?
We need to train this. We training killers and gangsters. So we need to train, nigga, some confident, snitching, tatter-telling young man that ain't scared to tell on now, motherfucker.
You know what? Let's just say one person gets killed because of the shit he's spewing. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Teach them how to fight, too. So if you fuck with them by telling, they'll kick your ass. Yeah, we need some strong snitches, nigga. And they proud of it.
I don't disagree that the crime needs to get lower, that the gun violence needs to get less, but putting kids on the head of the spear so that this guy's mission is fucking fulfilled because you got, I mean, isn't that what some of the dealers do anyway? They have kids running. Now you have one kids snitching. I mean, how different is that? It's putting kids in harm's way. It's ridiculous.
You got you a snitch that know how to fight and he'll shoot that pistol too.
Okay, now he's advocating. He's advocating, first you're going to fight. Oh, now you want to arm these kids with firearms. That, first of all, if you're under 18, you can't possess a handgun. You just can't. It's illegal. One kid dies because of this shit. I mean, he's so full of shit. So full of shit. That is such a bad message. I mean, I think the better message is build. Isn't that a better message? Don't get in somebody else's fucking way. If they're gonna destroy themselves, they're gonna destroy themselves. They're gonna do whatever they're gonna do. You don't need to be the one to do it. But if you build and you build a future for yourself, build a strong academic background, build strong relationships in your life, have a spiritual life, build on every part of your life. Don't build on a fucking snitch message. So that was our little reaction to Charleston White, who is just quite a character and quite evidently a badass, if you can believe that, which I don't. And, his underlying message is to, improve society. But the way he imparts his message, I think, is just absolutely nonsense. I'd rather have somebody build. Go be a doctor. Go be a lawyer. Go be a surgeon. Be a nurse. Be, something that's going to build rather than tear down. And kids, if you're listening, don't listen to this fucker because snitching is not going to be in your best interest down the road. Okay? The only people that really wind up snitching are the people who are already in trouble. So, this is Bruce Rivers. Thank you for watching. We really appreciate it. Holidays are coming up. Go down to Bonfire just below here and look over our merch. We got sweatshirts, we got t-shirts, we got bucket hats. We got everything you need for all your loved ones on the next holiday, whatever that happens to be for you. So, Bruce Rivers, Criminal Lawyer Reacts. Make sure you subscribe, follow us on Instagram. Make sure you comment so we know exactly what you guys want to see. And we'll see you next time here on Criminal. Hi, this is Bruce Rivers. Welcome to another fun-filled episode of Criminal Lawyer Reacts. I'm Bruce Rivers, accompanied by our content genius who's behind the camera as we speak, controlling every single one of my words and actions. Not really. But he is our content genius, and I've been away for a month, and I can tell you this, I missed him like nobody's business, and so it feels good to be back in the saddle. Today we're reacting to what it's like to be a cop on the street and make a split-second decision. But before we get to this video, this is brought to you by ContractsCounsel.com. ContractsCounsel.com is an effective way for you to two things. One, we need lawyers. And I know some of you guys, and I know some of you guys and gals who are lawyers are fans of the channel. So if you are, go to ContractsCounsel.com and sign up, because you can make a little bit of extra money working from the comfort of your own home. You can work as much or as little as you want. We have a lot of clients. We need more lawyers. So if you are a lawyer who wants to do a little bit of work from home or a lot of work from home, sign up for contractscouncil.com. It's an effective way to do remote legal work for some really good people. And if you need a contract written for whatever purpose, go to contractscouncil.com and you will be taken care of. Now, being a cop is a very, very difficult job. They're not overly educated. Some of them are real, go into it for the right reason, and some of them go into it for the wrong reason. But regardless of what reason they go into it with, they have a difficult job because they deal with the public on a regular basis on the street, and sometimes they have to make split-second decisions. So this is a Colorado cop swiftly reacts, shoots a woman while she pulls a gun during a traffic stop.
There. What do you got there now? What do you got there? What do you got there? Oh!
You hear that stress in his voice? I mean, that's how quickly a life can change for somebody.
Newly released body camera video shows a deadly shooting in Colorado after a woman allegedly pulled a gun at an officer who fatally shot her.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
It was just before 5 p.m. on July 25th when a Westminster, Colorado officer noticed an SUV parked in the road facing the wrong direction. Video shows him approach a forward-facing Jeep asking what's going on.
So this gal, if you look at it in the foreground, there's a vehicle in the wrong lane, and then you got this gal stopped.
How long have you been here? Okay, I'll get him going. I'll see what's up.
The officer, Nick Adams, then approaches the parked vehicle. The woman inside, later identified as 46-year-old Alicia Duran, initially refuses to roll down the window. Eventually, Duran gives in and puts the window down, but refuses to answer the officer's questions.
You're in the wrong lane. Are you okay?
Now, you don't have to answer an officer's questions. That doesn't give him rise to yank you out of the car or pull a gun on you. But when you see somebody like this and she's in the wrong lane, so she's posing a traffic safety hazard to begin with, and she seems off.
Are you okay, man? What's going on? Tell me what's going on. Are you okay?
Adams can be heard asking whether she's okay and calling in the situation on his radio.
Can you tell me what's going on? Why are you in the wrong lane? Can you tell me why you're in the wrong lane?
Now, when you have a situation like this where you've got one car over there, I think I would have probably told that car to leave. I would have said, you need to, the green Jeep, that is, because there's no reason for her to be stopped, right? She could probably get around and go a different route. But it's got to be frustrating for the cop in the sense that you're just trying to get to the bottom of what's going on here. And because it doesn't seem like a crime. It doesn't seem like she's drunk. The only crime is that she's in the wrong lane. And it seems more like there's a medical thing going on, almost, or a psych thing going on.
I don't know what I got here. I got a female that won't answer any questions. I think I'm in our turn lane to go into the shops if you want to start one of them.
Duran only replies when the officer asks whether she needs an ambulance.
What's going on? Can you tell me what's going on, ma'am? Please? Are you okay? Do you need an ambulance? Are you all right? Okay.
When he asks if she's been drinking, she reverts back to silence.
Have you been drinking or anything? It doesn't look like you've been drinking.
So so the cop is genuinely concerned, and he's not. When you think about the kind of the level, you know, where the cop is at, you know, a lot of these, you know, especially during the day, the traffic stops are mundane, you know, routine, failure signal, speeding, you know, that kind of stuff, and this is just, you know.
It's then that Duran reaches for something in her middle console. Adams can be heard asking her what it is before realizing it's a gun.
So, one of two reasons why she would pull that gun. She intends to shoot the cop, or she wants the cop to shoot her.
What do you got in there? What do you got in there, man? What do you got in there? What do you got in there?
See, he went from mundane to here, like in 2 seconds. And this is just a very split-second decision this cop has to make.
Adams.
So you can actually, if you blow up on this, you can actually see her in the mirror pointing the gun.
Her arm before backing off and shooting at her.
What do you got in there? What do you got in there? Oh!
So you can see the angle that he's at. He's at a disadvantage, really.
Immediately, Adams puts out a shots fired call and yells for Duran to stay still.
225, shots fired, shots fired.
See, there's a freeze frame. Hard to tell what that is, but it looks like she's got her hand out the window with the gun.
Don't move.
All units, code 9 channel 1. Responding units, Sam 25.
Are you okay?
80 Lamar.
Are you okay?
When backup arrives at the scene, Adams removes the gun from the vehicle where Duran is already unresponsive.
I've got the gun secured. No response from her. People downrange appear to be code 4.
Let's get her out of the car. You get the gun, I'll get her out of the car.
Yeah, I'm trying to do all that, man. Give me a minute.
You grab the gun, I got her. Just get that out of here.
You can hear the stress in his voice. I mean, it's just... Most cops can go their whole career without shooting somebody. And my uncle was a cop down in Rochester, Minnesota. He went 30 years on the force without ever even pulling his gun. It's a small town and another time and place, but it is not uncommon for cops never to see this kind of action.
I don't think so.
191 Sam Robert Tom, 191 Sam Robert Tom. We're going to need all of eastbound and stop. Eastbound, we're going to be probably at here. Stop.
I got no pulse. All right, I'm securing this, man.
Copy. We have in Corvette en route as well.
No, I'm securing this in my car.
Adams then approaches the Jeep parked nearby, asking if everyone inside is okay.
Are you all right?
Copy. We have fire started.
Are you okay?
No one inside
Jesus
the Jeep.
Being a little aggressive with somebody that had nothing to do with nothing. But that's his stress level.
Is injured, but a bullet hit the windshield. Adams can be heard apologizing to the people inside before breaking down.
Ma'am? Are you okay? I'm so sorry. So sorry. I'm so sorry.
I'm very glad we can get units past Lamar for westbound and sure all the southeast.
I mean, it is something to shoot somebody and kill them, unless you got a screw loose. You know, we're not built to do that. You know, I mean, it really does have an effect on you.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
He continues on explaining what happened just moments before.
She wouldn't talk to me. She had some like charm or something, and she wouldn't talk to me. I said, do you need an ambulance? What do you need? And she reached into the center console, and I saw this gun. She reached for it, pointed it right at me. I was so worried I was going to shoot downrange at you. Oh, my God.
And that's what he did. So it's really, you know, he was at a very distinct disadvantage in that he didn't really have a good angle to respond to that driver.
The person inside the vehicle then identifies themselves as Jess, and Adams introduces himself, again apologizing.
What's your name? Jess. You're fine. You don't need an ID. Jess, I'm Nick. Okay? You're gonna need to stick around for us a little while. I'm so sorry. Holy, you can call anybody. You can. I'll give you my work phone. You can call whoever you need.
We'll get somebody to talk to her. Okay, I need.
Hold on a minute. I'm controlling her, man. I put one right to her window.
Okay.
I mean, he wants to engage, and the adrenaline level with him has just got to be through the roof. It's a very difficult job to be a cop.
Okay. Are you okay? I'm okay. I'm gonna secure this gun. I'm gonna give her my work phone so she can make some phone calls. She's sticking around for me. All right.
Another officer approaches, checking whether Adams is okay.
Oh, good? Yeah. You sure? Yeah. Come look at this, man. Come look at this.
Next, Adams introduces Jess to the other officer before making a bizarre remark about America.
This is Jess. This is my best buddy, Mark. Are you okay? Look, the steering wheel. It's her birthday. Oh, okay. It's America. God bless America, Jess. I'm so sorry.
What does he mean by that? Hard to say. Just it's a very stressful time for him, and he just shot somebody who pointed a gun at him.
Oh my God! Stay right here. Here's my phone. Okay.
Next, Adams can be seen holding hands with another officer who appears to be comforting him.
Gonna take you to PD. Good. You need anything here? No, I'm good. I'm good.
Seconds later, another officer instructs Adams to turn off his body camera video.
I've got the gun in my car, Sarge. You want me to Mark to take the gun with us? Her gun. Leave it in my car? It's in the cup holder. Okay. Let's look at me. Let's do this. Let's go off.
Let's go off so you can tell me what really happened. I don't like it when they do that, but there's a reason for it. I mean, because he wants to get an unabridged version of what happened, and it's all caught on camera. Cops have a very, very difficult job, and some people think, oh, you must hate cops because, you're a defense lawyer. Nothing could be further from the truth. I love cops. They take them off the street, and I put them right back on. Now, they do have a tough job, and probably 90+% of them are decent cops. You hear very loudly about the ones who are bad, and they need to be held accountable. But they have a very difficult job, and if you encounter law enforcement, you can do one of two things. If you have a gun in your car, like say you have a concealed carry, you put your hands up and you say, officer, I do have a weapon in here. Unless you're a felon and you got a bunch of drugs in the car, then you don't say shit. Cops and firemen, they don't get paid commensurate with the risk of their job. They just don't. And so they're to be respected. And if they're not respecting you, you don't respond in kind, because it will not come out in your favor. Better off to just not say anything than to give a cop a bunch of shit. Because you get a hold of the wrong cop and you give him the wrong amount of shit, all of a sudden he, does things that he's not supposed to do. Cops are human just like everybody else. And it's very, I see every single one of my cases has got cops involved, right? The feds usually seem to be the most professional and the ones with the least agenda, it seems, because they usually work harder on their cases and they have all their ducks in a row, and so they don't really need to be an advocate. Some cops seem like they want to spin the evidence, when they get on the stand. But most of the time, they just tell the facts of whatever case. Most cops are good cops, but every once in a while you'll come across, I will come across a cop that is just has an agenda, won't answer my questions, and he'll look like a partisan, And those guys, juries can see through that. So this has just been our reaction to, what it takes to make a split-second decision. Hard to find fault with this cop and the decision he made to use lethal force at that particular point in time. Especially when, the person's not answering, all of a sudden she gets a gun, and whether she's trying to shoot him or if she wanted to draw the fire, which very well could have been. I mean, she could have tried suicide by cop. That happens. It's happened to, happened in one of my cases where my client tried to do the same thing, and the cops in that case did not fire back, thankfully. And he took a couple pot shots at him, and they just didn't, and then his gun jammed. and they tackled him. They didn't respond in kind. They could have riddled him with bullets, and they didn't. So I've seen a wide variety of professionalism on the police force, and this looks like it was very professional for the most part. So I'm Bruce Rivers, board certified criminal defense lawyer with our content genius. Make sure you subscribe, follow us on Instagram, follow us on Twitter, sign up for Instagram, follow us on Twitter or Instagram, Facebook. Actually go to all social media and just blast every one of our episodes, because guess what? We love you. We hit 1 million and we're going to be doing a party. So we hit 1 million and we got our plaque, which is just amazing. And so sign up for Instagram. Make sure you follow us on, subscribe, follow us on Instagram, follow us on Twitter. Sign up for Patreon, and we'll see you next time here on Criminal Lawyer Reacts.